Hello and welcome to FunnyHacks, the show where I literally walk you through hacks that are weird, unusual and the occasional useful one as well. I'm Kevin Sandham and today I'm going to walk you through Easter Mischief.
Boy, boy, boy.
Normally I focus this show on modifying gadgets to do something weird or unusual, but today I'm not quite ready, so I'm going to show you something different instead. But this is what I'm currently working on. I'm also working on that, and that's a little sod which has been stuffing me up. And the show's not too far from now. I've got that, and the grand finale, that. And the grand finale will mark the end of the series and will see us pretty well through to the end of the year. So I look forward to getting your suggestions there. The topic of today is Easter confectionery. Meh, it'll be fun. I'm going to show you how to make a chocolate Easter basket, chocolate cream eggs, an Easter splat and an Easter kasplot. Right, so let's cover the basics. I found that 2 goes of 1 minute on medium in the microwave melted 250 grams of chocolate very nicely. Now once you've got it melted, there's an old trick for keeping it melted, which basically consists of having the melted chocolate in a bowl and putting that bowl in hot water. Got to be very careful that you don't overheat the chocolate doing this, otherwise it turns out like this. And when I overheated the chocolate like that, I tried adding milk to see if I could get it back to its original consistency. That sort of worked. It created something quite new and unique and tasty, but it definitely didn't taste like chocolate. It also didn't set that well. Now to begin with, I tried the traditional moulding technique where you just basically take some object, you pour the chocolate around the edges of it, you stick it in the freezer, pull it out, and then you take it out of the mould. Although I might have forgotten to degrease it. I actually found I was able to be much more creative if I just used tin foil on top of the mould and then used the tin foil to actually do the moulding itself. Now for the Easter basket, I actually created a really nice curve shape by letting the tin foil sag over an ice cream container. I then put all the chocolate over it as normal and then stuck it in the freezer, pulled it out, and it was a really nice shape. I really enjoyed making the lid of the Easter basket because I just took the lid of the ice cream container, put some foil over the top of it, spread the chocolate around in the shape that I wanted, stuck it in the freezer, pulled it out, and then I could just gently take the foil away. And then it was just to attach it, was just simply a matter of putting some blobs of chocolate, not solder, put some chocolate there, some melted chocolate there on each end where you want to connect it, and then stick it back in the freezer for a few minutes and then you're done. Notice how strong the handle is, it really can carry its weight quite easily. Now the outside of the cream eggs were done exactly the same as the Easter basket but smaller. For the white go inside the egg, I just started with icing sugar and water. I started with the icing sugar and then just slowly added water. If I needed to make it thicker, I added more icing sugar. If I needed to make it thinner, I used more water. Now for the yellow goo, I did exactly the same thing except I added maple syrup. Very, very sweet. The Easter splats were just simply me testing how well the greasing was working, and so I just put a whole heap of chocolate on the surface and see how well it came off afterwards. So it really was a splat shape. The Easter kasplot was very similar to the splat, except when I had some chocolate on the bottom, I then put some of the cream egg filling on the top, and then I put some chocolate over the top of that. So there's the things I did. I'm sure you can think of much more. Feel free to post comments about ideas that you've got or things that you've tried. So that about wraps up the show. Do check out funnyhacks.com, it's come a long way, it's still got a bit more to do yet, but it's really getting there now. Also, fairly soon I'm going to be posting some information on there about how you can get involved. I'm going to be doing an episode which would be really cool to have an audience. So if you want to come along, do check out funnyhacks.com, I'm going to have information on there about that very, very soon. Anyway, until we meet again, I'm Kevin Sandham, this is FunnyHacks. A lot of people consider me to have a sweet tooth. However, I've never found food as sweet as what I've found in Brazil. Until now. I guess we'll try. Okay, so the moral of the story